Greetings, Redlands High School students. My name is Dr. Johnny Ramirez-Johnson. I am a trained cultural psychologist who studied at Harvard University. I happen to be also Puerto Rican. I'm here to introduce to you the concept of values, valores. En español, valores, values. What is of value? Values are the backbone of any and all cultures. It determines, it shapes, it forms, and it transforms what we do on a daily basis. For instance, for Puerto Ricans, for Puerto Rican mothers in general, the most important value in regards to their children is dependence. Dependencia. That the children will have a connection for life. So Puerto Rican mothers are not looking for their children to leave home when they are 16, 18, or 21. They are never to leave home. This is using cultural psychology as a means of understanding with lenses that are unique to one perspective what it means to be a Puerto Rican mother. Of course, obviously, all cultures of the whole world want their children to have a relationship with them. And they also want independence for their children so that they can live their own lives. That is obvious. What we are talking about here is a hierarchy, the order in which one value is placed above or below the others. In general, based on research that has been done, and my own research done on Puerto Rican mothers, asking them what they wish and what they dream for their children. If you were to do this of Japanese mothers, which has been done and documented, the mothers from Japan will say they want their children to be successful. The mothers in Puerto Rico want their children to be obedient. And what they mean by that is that the children will maintain a relationship for life. The value placed on the family, familia, in Puerto Rico is above everything else. La sangre es más espesa que el agua. Blood is thicker than water. Familia, values. Puerto Rican fathers also want their children to be dependent, to be part, to maintain a tie, to keep a relationship. And that defines the purpose of life. To have a family that will stick together like glue. Una familia que se mantiene junta. First and foremost, keeping the family together in love. Obviously, all families and all relationships and all parents have tensions. And Puerto Rican families are not the exception. There are two, generally speaking, ways of dealing with tensions. One way is to keep it quiet, hush hush, don't talk about it. The other way is to bring it to the open. Speak your mind, boy. ¿Qué tú quieres? The Puerto Rican way, the way I learned as I grew up, was to communicate. I like to say I grew up thinking with my tongue, expressing my feelings, not making it hard to be known what I felt or liked or wanted. I finish with a story. When my paternal grandfather would sit me down at the dinner table, an important Puerto Rican and universal activity to eat, he will bring a sack of 100 oranges that he just bought from the vendor that went through the street. China, 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 5%. $5 for 100, a sack of 100 oranges, chinas in Puerto Rico. He will sit me down as a boy, as a child, as a 5-year-old boy, and he will tell me, ¿Quieres comer chinas? And he will put a dozen at a time on top of the table and start peeling. Las mondaba, pelaba las chinas. Give me one. Would you like it with the cone in the top? Or would you like it cut in half? Those were the two options we knew about. And I would eat 1, 2, 3, a dozen, 2 dozen at a time. Whatever I wanted. No hay miseria. There's no misery here. We don't count how many oranges we eat. We eat as many as we like. Those are a few of the values I grew up with. Go, study, learn. What are the values in your household? What are the cultural hierarchical order of values in your worldview? As soon as you are able to answer that question, then you may start asking the question about Puerto Rican values. Never fall to the trap of measuring one value as better or worse than the other. Thank you. Muchas gracias.